guys? Shyguy from Team Nimbus here with the deck profile for my Nats invite. Surgeku, that's right, the boy. Super meta right now, Super Saiyan God, Surgeku, Surge Divinity. This leader is super good. I kind of had to get talked into playing it. You'll see why by the deck I'm playing. But yeah, you'll get the shot at the end. But anyway, this leader was pretty good. It was a lot better than I expected it to be, considering I was playing Broly Surge before this, but I'm really glad that I played it. So going to deck profile, the first, we'll start with the yellow stuff. I had 3 War Cries. It was okay for me. Like, I didn't really play it that much. It was used more as energy for me particularly. You'll see why once I get into like how I played it. But because a lot of times I feel like there's a lot of counterplays to it, and I played a lot of coolers on Saturday. So this card is basically dead. You don't want to leave this out against cooler because then it'll just arrival and make you mill a whole bunch. Then, you know, with this leader, you have to play it. 3 of the Kid Q apes.
Only 3?
Only 3. I don't need that much. I draw so much as it is. There's actually once in one of my cooler matchups where I killed myself by drawing so much. Actually, it was against Piccolo Surge Hand Control because I just had to keep drawing cards, and it was just too much for me. 3 was the perfect number because I draw so much. I saw it. 2 time magics, pretty underwhelming for me, considering I didn't really play yellow. It was mainly sparking, but I didn't play any success. I didn't really play any successor decks like Cell or anything, so it wasn't that good for me. But I understand its utility. For super combos, I played the Sparking Bears.
There you go.
Now,
so I like to see.
This was good, but I kind of wish that instead I played Whis, because there was the -10 because there was a lot of times in my cooler matchups where they would just sit on a freezer for like 4 turns because I didn't get my plays in time, so I just kept getting minus, either on offense or defense. So really much I could do. I kind of wish I played it, but I needed the yellow because, as you'll see, for the red, I had 2 Exploiting Weakness. This card was alright. It wasn't great. I didn't really play much Floods besides from like Kid Buu, but the problem is Kid Buu goes so heavy is that getting the 3 energy for it is very hard, and you don't really want to tap out. But aside from that, I didn't really use it that much. Like I said, I played a lot of coolers. On Saturday, I played some Jirans, but they all have barriers, so it doesn't matter. But this card was still came in clutch sometimes, but not as much as I expected it to be. And then Topo's 8, you know, Righteous 8, you gotta have it. It's just such a good card. You know, it's pitch 1. It's basically a Nimbus. They have to keep pitching cards. 95% of the time, unless you're playing Kid Buu, they're gonna pass because they don't want to discard the cards. It's just really good to end your opponent's turn. 2 denials, because at the end of the day, you want to take away all their hope, especially against Kid. This game is super clutch against like my Kid Buu matchups because they would be like, Pui, like, oh, that's cute, denial, put it straight into drop because it's not in effect yet. The permanent, you can't play counterplays. But in general, like, this is really good. Denial also stops cooler arrivals, so always hold on to it in case they arrival and I had enough. Or even Vegeta's Exploiting Weakness. Anytime they wanted to play something that could really mess me up, this came in super clutch. And then I had to play 3 of Heartfelt Please. Don't mind the 1 SPR and the rest are regular.
That's fine. But, you only played the SPR.
Yeah, exactly. I really did. If I had the SPR, I was hold on to that. This card, I'm going to get into the combo at the end of the video, but this was like really clutch for me in so many situations. And I'll get into the main kill combo that I did all weekend that won me majority of my games.
No, I don't care.
So here comes Le Spice, if you will.
Le Spice. Let's see the Spice.
So
let's see the bee's knee.
I didn't play red yellow or red yellow blue. I played red green.
Okay.
Reason being is because you'll see in a minute, but you have to have check lens. No matter if you're playing dual color, if you don't play check lens, you're doing something wrong, to be honest. And then of course to match with that, which is also another reason why I wish I ran Whis, is Chi-Chi Motherly Majesty. So for those that don't know, if you have 2 dual color greens, you can combo and draw 1. So it helps you apply pressure, helps you stay defensive. Just a really good card to help keep my hand really fat, especially against hand control. Now here comes where you guys know what I'm playing. 3 Dormant Legend. This card, I mean, it is what it is, right? You already know what's coming. It's going to be the Broly engine. What's good is with my leader, I could swing, I could pitch Dormant, and I have other ways to put Dormant in drop. Of course, you saw I had Topo as well. So I have plenty of ways to find it and get rid of it. And of course, Broly engine with this Broly. So this one was really good for me all weekend because 1, it allowed me to take away combo power, and 2, it minus anything by 10. This one doesn't ignore barrier, but the fact that it's a rival one, it's a 20k and a minus is 10, really came in clutch in a lot of matchups. And also, when I'm going for the kill, or if they're trying to rival, I could take away their barrier super combos or any other combos that they need to survive. So it came really good. And of course, the bee's knees of the deck. Bro, Tragedy Unforetold. That's my boy. Been playing him since day 1, trying to make him work, but I feel like it really worked in this deck. A Warrior for 2. Now this one's really good because it can minus 2 cards ignoring barrier. So that's really good, especially against like the Kid Buu matchup. You a rival, you can get rid of the Kid Buus that say they can't be KO'd or removed by skill, because it's not removed by this card skill, it's removed by game mechanic. So that's how it gets around getting rid of the Buus. And this is really good just to get rid of big fields and everything. And also paired well with the Heartfelt Plea. And like I said, I'll get into that combo towards the end. And then 2 of Friendly Rival Frieza. So this card was super clutch for me. It's from the new starter deck. Reason being is because it allowed me to search Dormant Legend out of my deck and put in drop error. So if I wasn't seeing it or if I wasn't seeing it in time, this was the way I can get it in, and it came in clutch a lot. I'm glad I played it at 2. I was thinking about playing it at 3, but 3 was just way too much considering how much I drew. And this one, like 2 was just perfect. So then we move on to Beerus and Champa. This one's really good too. So this card, it arrivals for 1. It gives anything 6 or less double strike. So that target is also like the Broly Tragedy Foretold. It could be Topo. It could be the other Broly. It could be anything. Gives it double strike, and it also pops anything 20k or less. So this also gets rid of coolers. It gets rid of if I combo it out with like if they're going in big with their Frieza like 30k, I can use the Broly and then play this and then just KO it. Card came in not super close, but it came in like really well when I needed it to. That's when we played it at 2.
How many times did you use the double strike effect?
Usually by the time they saw a double strike, they negated it because it wasn't on the same attack. So that was, it was the popping effect really was more effective for me because I needed more removal. And then when you're playing dual color, you gotta play this guy. The Raditz.
I'm waiting for the red-yellow one.
This card was super good for me. When it was dead, because I didn't have anything to rival, I would just hard cast it, look at their hand, and pick something.
How many times you hard cast it?
Like 3 times. It was against my Piccolo matchups. But the problem was that they were playing like the 3xG Piccolo build.
Oh, yeah.
So they had nothing but extra cards all the time. But still getting that knowledge and knowing, okay, at least they can't play anything.
Yeah.
This card was really good, obviously, for the super comp, for the arrivals and everything. The card was just the bee's knees for me. Now, speaking of playing the hot one of Champa, this card I saw every game, and it was perfect. There wasn't a time where I didn't need it and I didn't see it. Like, it was always there when I need it. It was like heart of the cards. This card helped me go for games super quick. And I'll go into the combo. I'm almost there. All right. This card also won me some games.
Secret Rare.
The Secret Rare Scramble. For those that don't know, you arrival for 5, and you crit a life, and your opponent takes 2 life. This helped against the Jiren matchup, which was my first game. And because they used the ability to take a life, I was still able to take 2 lives because of this. Because it's the auto, it's not through battle that it's taking life. And then this card, MVP of the weekend. For those that don't know, Shrouded in Mystery basically turns off all abilities. And this card honestly has won me pretty much all my games. Any game that I won was because of this card.
It's basically double secret Rare in your deck.
It is. So to basically go into the killing combo that I did, so on turn 5, I would play Tragedy Foretold. I would have it all on the field, and then when it would go to my turn, it would be my turn 6. I would drop the food. First thing I do, I don't do anything else. I drop the food, negate all their skills, I would swing with Broly, and then I would take away a combo piece that they would try and combo, and then when I would swing with leader, I would awaken and activate Heartfelt Plea. So I already used the ability, so I don't need it as much anymore. But now I can use Heartfelt Plea. I get Offering, I get Triple Strike, and then when I'm comboing with leader, I usually give it Double Strike because I restand 1 energy. So they're looking at least a 35k Double Strike crit before they even see the Triple Strike, before they even see the other Double Strike. So they have to waste a lot of cards in their hand if they want to survive. And even if they do survive, they've used all their resources where next turn I can go in for the kill with anything else. Which essentially this, because this will stay on the field. So these were the B's and E's. That was my main deck. I'm going to the side.
Let's see.
2 Chomp of the Tricksters. It was pretty good for me this weekend. It wasn't the best, but honestly, my side deck wasn't that great for me this weekend because the engine's so big for Broly that there were only certain cards I was able to take out. Let me take next card is 3 Cease to Exist. Reason being, this was for the Invoker matchup. This was once again for the Boom matchup. It was for a lot of cards, a lot of decks I like to go wide or like to successor matchups. So that way I can get rid of a lot of stuff as quickly as possible so they can't go up the chain. This one I didn't really use that much, but still having the 5k combo and still having the ability to minus really helped a lot. Just in my confidence in going into plays. I played 2 Tactical Victory Vegetas.
How'd this work out for you?
I didn't play it whatsoever because I didn't play any Invoker matchups, and I also didn't play any Androids. Android matchups were my scariest ones, so that's why I had this in the side, but I never used it. It didn't really do anything for me, but it's always something you want to be prepared for. I had 2 Enraged Awakening Son Gohans. This one, basically for the Victory Strike matchup as well, because as you know, the new Victory Strike, you can't use anything that's not extra cards, and also for an OG Victory Strike, it also can kill it as well. So this card, once again, I didn't use, but having it made me feel more confident in that matchup. 2 Dark Power Black Mass Saiyans for a hatch matchup, not really for the Boo, since the Boo can absorb 1-drops, but anything that I wanted to play in things with autos. In case I ran into the random U6, this card would have been great, but once again, I didn't see anything that was necessary for it, so I didn't really use it. The one Final Guardian, that mainly for the Cell matchup as well, the one that likes the Successor, gets Quad Strike. Reason also being is that card is so good is because I can search it out using Frieza. So Frieza is 2 or less, so I can basically combo with Frieza turn 1, and then put this in the drop area, and I can use it. It's also good for the turn 2 kill Gohan, just to have another negate there. Gohan stopping Gohan, saving himself. So then 2 cards. We have Broly, Crown of Retribution.
So why not in the main?
I didn't really have the space for it in the main because I feel like I wanted to focus on the engine. So having the 1-drop in it, because I needed more dual colors, right? I needed more red-green, and because it being a solid red, it was more like whether or not. So this one came in a couple times. It came in clutch from time to time, get to drop something, but in general, it doesn't help. It didn't help as much just for the matchups I had that day. And the last card is the second Food Shrouded in Mystery.
You played 2, you disgusting person.
As I mentioned, this card won me so many games, and playtesting against Cooler, I knew Cooler was my hardest matchup, so I needed to see 2 of them, because if it feels bad if you have 1 and you see one of them milled, right? So having 2, at least I have another opportunity to draw it again. So that card came in super clutch for me. Yeah, that's it for the side and the main.
Nice. All right. So how are your matchups this weekend?
My matchups were pretty interesting. I had a round 1 bye that I wanted to Sword Championship. Then I played Jiren. I played against the Boo that came in second. Shout out to him because he was really dope. And also my tiebreakers were great because of him. Because he sacked all day at 1 undefeated during Swiss. And I played against 3 Coolers. Gosh, that was annoying. I played against one Piccolo, and like I said, that was a 3xG Piccolo. That he was just playing extra cards, and there was really nothing I could do because you can't interact with extra cards. And then, yeah, I think that was all my matchups as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so yeah, those are my matchups for that
Nice,
game.
dude. Do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, shout out to my squad, Team Nimbus. You know, I love these guys. Always great to play test against. I have to do it. I have to give a shout out to Figgy because he's the one that originally sent me the list. Of course, I had to tweak it, but had to tweak it. And no, he was the one. I owe a lot to him because he was the one that talked me into playing this leader because I really wanted to play with Broly Surge. But this leader just came in super clutch, able to negate skills on the field and everything, and also the +10 crit and just double strike. It was just so good. And yeah, of course, everyone else at Playtons, Joe, OJ, Alex, Russ, my boy, he helped me talk about my deck more, helped me fix it up on our drive to Vegas. But yeah, it was a good time.
Oh yeah, dude. Alright, so what place do you get again?
I got 39, but it don't matter. It's 39 out of 200.
You got your invite.
I got my invite, baby. My boy Ken out here in the back.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, that was Cheyenne's 39th place national invite deck profile, and we'll catch you later.